I started this project in 2004, thinking it would be a novel. I finished it in 2025 as a video game. No team, no fans, no budget, and most of the time, no one cared. But I did it anyways. Neverspring Chronicles started as a book idea called Durance of Magic when I was a teenager. I didn't have the time or patience or attention span to write a novel back then, but the desire to tell a story stuck with me. So in 2009, I switched mediums. I'd make it a game instead. For years it was just a hobby, something I chipped away at quietly. It wasn't until about 2019 that I made a decision. I was going to take myself seriously. I was going to finish this and finally create something for real. There was just one problem. I didn't actually know how to make a game. Not really. I had been running solely on instinct, with my decisions guided almost entirely by nostalgia. My characters were boring, my level design was lazy, and my story was amateur and derivative at best. I started taking myself seriously by being brutally honest with myself. I had no idea how to code, I didn't understand proper game flow or how to write dialogue that worked in-game. I didn't have money to take any writing classes or anything, so I had to teach myself. Coding, scripting, writing, pacing, all of it. I taught myself what I needed to know with whatever I came across, and it probably shows. My only real storytelling education, for example, came from 2 YouTube channels. One focused on movie screenwriting and one on film critique. So, the way Neverspring tells its story might feel a little different from your average JRPG, because it's shaped by cinema. In 2022, I finally had something playable. It wasn't perfect, but I put it out on Steam Early Access to motivate myself, and to try to get some feedback. But the second I did, I realized how far I still had to go. I had learned so much during the development process that all I could see was how amateur it was. So I did the hardest thing for any game dev. I scrapped it, and I started from scratch. I rewrote the game from the ground up, then released a new demo. A couple kind souls left encouraging comments, but still mostly silence. If you ask me what was the biggest lesson I learned as a solo dev, I'd say that's that nobody cares. And you can't blame them. Everybody's busy living their own lives. For me, even friends and family never so much as pressed the like button on a YouTube trailer. They never played a build, they never followed up. So I stopped asking, I stopped posting, I just worked. Meanwhile, real life didn't stop. Relationships came and went. I was in and out of the hospital. At one point, I even lost my home. Literally homeless, car and tent, wiring a marine battery to my alternator to charge my laptop so I could keep working. There were days when I thought, why am I even doing this? Like, who is this for? Nobody's going to play. But I kept going. I'd come too far, and I had to finish this. In March 2025, I hit publish and released Neverspring into the world, probably to sit quietly among thousands of forgotten titles. Part of me sure it would simply disappear into the same obscurity from which it came. I couldn't help but remember what my dad told me when I was a kid, when I said I wanted to be a writer. He grabbed me and took me to the bookstore and pointed to all the fantasy novels on the shelves. You see that? That's your competition, he said. You'll never make it. You'll be lost in the crowd. Don't waste your time. Well, maybe he was right. But what he didn't know was what it feels like to create something for no one but yourself, and to finish it. No paycheck, no fans, no followers, just a smoldering ember of hope and the need to create. When I finally finished, I realized that I had spent my life proving myself to others in the world around me. And suddenly I realized that for the first time in a long time, I had proven myself to me. And that's a feeling you don't forget. So if you're working on something in silence, if nobody's watching, you're not alone. Keep going. And if you want to see what 20 years of quiet effort looks like, well, Neverspring Chronicles is out now on Steam.